Hey, you made it. Today I'm going to be talking about the cult of Xandiloquence the Ab3rd and his hit book, How to Make a Hat Entirely Out of Dried Cucumber. The book recently hit over 5,000 copies sold on Amazon, so I want to dig a bit deeper into who Xandiloquence is and what his message is for the world.
So, here we go.
Now, he loves cucumber hats so much that he's dedicated his entire Instagram page to making cucumber hats, and that is pretty much exclusively what he does on there. He just makes them over and over again to what he calls prevent suffering or stop him from suffering. If he doesn't make the hats, he will suffer.
I'm going to suffer if I don't make another cucumber hat.
So if you look at his video, How to Make a Hat Entirely Out of Dried Cucumber, full reading on YouTube, you'll see that he just shows you the entire book and what it is that you'll be buying. And it is basically just screenshots of a YouTube video that he made, and he just puts it all into this book. Now, interestingly enough, despite the book being called How to Make a Hat Entirely Out of Dried Cucumber, the book does not have any instructions of anything to do with how to make a hat entirely out of dried cucumber. Now, VSauce picked up on this and made a video that got like 7.5 million views on the short, basically saying this is the worst book he's read all year.
First book I've read so far this year has got to be How to Make a Hat Entirely Out of Dried Cucumber by Xandiloquence the Ab3rd.
Then Xandiloquence responded by making a hat entirely out of dried cucumber, where he actually shows you how to make it, surprisingly. Not really step by step, but like a sped up version of it.
Whoa! Wow! Yeah! Whoa! Huzzah!
So, he sure showed VSauce, eh? But the thing is, I don't agree with what VSauce is saying here. I don't think that looks like the worst book that he'll have read all year, because I think he's missed the point.
And I wondered, what the heck is this about? Is it performance art? Is it philosophy? Or am I just being tricked by a charlatan who took my money because I like weird artists?
And I think the point that Xandiloquence the Ab3rd is going for here is that if you do something that you enjoy every day, then it will stop you from suffering in that sense. If you're struggling with something, like mental health wise, and you have a focal point, that can often be a really good thing to kind of break out of that slump that you're in. So I kind of understood the message from that perspective, or that's how I interpreted the message. Also, a couple of people said it might be Dadaism or Dadaism, which is like a type of art from World War I where it's just absurd and ridiculous and humorous, and I kind of get that as well, because it's basically just a complete meme, isn't it? Buying a book on how to make a hat that has absolutely no instructions on how to make a hat whatsoever. There's a part 2 of the same book that is also exactly the same. It's just kind of funny, like, and some of the Amazon reviews are kind of annoyed about this and like, oh, I returned it, I want a full refund, or it's just screenshots of the video. But I mean, if you watch his YouTube or his Instagram, he already tells you that. He admits that it's just screenshots, so I don't really get what the big problem is here. So what is the cult of the cucumber hat? What is it I'm getting at with this video? So mainly what I've seen from people in the comments is other people have been now making the hats, and they are now sort of converted to this almost religion of making the hats. And if you look up the definition of a cult on Google, so it reads, a system of religious veneration or devotion directed towards a particular figure or object. The case in this being, the object is the cucumber hat, or the figure is Xandiloquence the Ab3rd. And the other definition is, a person or thing that is popular or fashionable among a particular group or section of society, i.e. his cult following on Instagram. So he does have quite the following, but the point of this sort of video is to get, he is now kind of changing people to make these cucumber hats, and where does it all end? I accidentally stumbled across this when my algorithm just spat out to me, and it's just him in a dark room with a green suit on talking about cucumber hats, and I gotta say, it was pretty funny. Like, the whole idea and the whole concept is just absurd. Literally, I think that's what makes it so good and why it's so popular. One thing I did find from sort of trawling through the Amazon is, I found that the author of the book, also titled Xandiloquence the Ab3rd, How to Make a Hat Entirely Out of Dried Cucumber, also has another author listed, Josh E. De Bruin. Now, if you go on LinkedIn, because I did a bit of a troll, you can actually find his LinkedIn page where it says that he graduated from the University of South Carolina, which kind of makes sense for him being in America and from some of the other videos he said. And then there is only one post on his entire LinkedIn, and it is just a comment on somebody essentially reviewing his book from 6 months ago. So the person is Daniel Mitev, PhD, and he writes this whole like section about the book. But the takeaway thing, this kind of got me. It was quite funny. So why should you care? In a world filled with cookie-cutter business books, this one stands out like a peacock at a pigeon party. It's a reminder that innovation often comes from those unexpected places. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. I mean, interpreting it one way is fair enough, but I don't think this is a business book. Unless he means the fact that this guy is literally selling ice to an Eskimo. You're selling a book made of YouTube screenshots, and people are actually buying it and enjoying it. I don't know. Maybe I'll buy the book. I was kind of tempted to buy the book in the first place and buy it for this video, but I'll see how this video does, and if it does well, who knows? I might do an actual review of the book that'll be better than VSauce's, because I actually don't hate the book. And then he put, my takeaway is, embrace the bizarre, the unconventional, and the outright wacky. It might not lead you to your next big idea, but at least it could be fun. I mean, I really enjoy watching his videos. He's weird and definitely wacky, but I'm all here for it. I've seen other bigger channels that are way worse than anything this guy is doing. Like, this guy seems genuine. Like, he's telling you up front it's just screenshots. Like, how can you really be that mad? It's not like it's Honey where it's just stealing your money from affiliate links, or that Marcus Brownlee website that was just absolute garbage. It's a product, he tells you exactly what the product is, and whether you buy it or not is your choice. So I guess what I'm leaving you with is the choice. Do you carry on? Do you take the red pill and live your normal life and go about things like you just forgot about the book by Xandiloquence Bizarre the Ab3rd called How to Make a Hat Entirely Out of Dried Cucumber? Or do you take the blue pill and buy the book and see just how far the cucumber hat building book takes you? I personally think it's the key to business success, so I'm going to go ahead and order it after this video. Let's get the review going. If you made it this far in the video, please make sure you subscribe. It'll really help the channel out, help me keep making these videos, and hopefully it'll eventually pay for me buying the book. Or maybe Xandiloquence will send me a signed copy after watching the video. I hope you do, bro. Anyway, and with that, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.